Hello and welcome to the LaLanne Pass It On podcast, where we talk to fitness professionals who are spreading Jack's mission of helping people help themselves. And I am here with the one and only Elaine, LaLanne. How are you today, Elaine?
Well, I'm perking along. I'm not only perking, I'm really going today. I really got a lot of energy.
Well, I
And
think you're gonna
we got more energy coming on soon. I'll tell you that.
exactly. I was just gonna say, I think you're gonna need that energy to match the energy of our special guest today. And let me tell you a little bit about our special guest. Lacee Green is a certified fitness trainer and personal coach with more than a decade of experience. She is passionate about helping people achieve their fitness goals and find happiness in their bodies. Lacee believes that fitness should be fun and accessible to everyone, regardless of their fitness level or experience. She specializes in group fitness programs that are designed to challenge and motivate while also providing a supportive and inclusive environment. Lacee, it is a pleasure to have you as our special guest today.
Woo, woo. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Greg and LaLa. Oh my gosh. I was trying to be quiet during the introduction. It's so challenging.
You're as bad as I am. I always got something to say.
That's right.
The fact is, I've got something to say now. Actually, it's not something to say, it's something to know about. And I want to know what motivated you and how did you get into the fitness industry? And have you always been interested in it, or did you tell me?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. You are just absolutely stunning. We all want to be like you when we grow up, just so you know. 1000%. And thank you guys so much for having me. And you know what? I have fitness, keeping fitness fun, right, has always been just so important to me. I've been an athlete my whole life. It's just been such a blessing to move my body. But I think one thing that was always important to me was to show fitness for. I always have to put my hands up when I say it. Fitness for everybody, and really helping people.
Tell me, what did you do athletic wise?
So I played basketball and volleyball. So I was always an athlete my whole life and playing sports, and I was always tall and muscular, and I say curvy. And that was something that was always. And my dad was actually.
What is this curvy business? I mean,
that's right. That's
the
right.
Curvy girl. What does that mean, right? Greg?
I know what it means.
I know what it means. Yes. You know what? And that's, I think it's such an important question, because every single one of us, right? One thing that, has always been important to me, and I'm so blessed to have parents that, always encourage me to love my body and who I was, and to focus always on being strong and never a number on the scale or a pant size, but just feeling good in my body and to be able to do the things that I love. And so that's always been very, very important to me, to help other people, and especially women, to understand that no single body, everybody is different. And that's a beautiful thing. And fitness looks different on all of us. So as long as I can put my hands up and, hey, go play basketball and go do all the things, I am healthy and happy and strong. And that should always be our focus, for sure.
Well, you have to love yourself too.
Yes.
A lot of people don't like themselves.
Right.
And, when you get into fitness, Greg, I think you've seen this in your business, where people, they really don't think they came in with a down attitude, and I'm not good enough, and I don't look, and I don't not. But everybody's individual, like you said, everybody's individualized in this life. And people ask me, what's your favorite person? Do you have a best friend? And I don't have anything anything, because everybody, as you said earlier, that we are really individual. We're all different.
Yes.
And so that's what we love about each other, because we're different.
Amen. Amen to that. Absolutely. And I know, yes, that Greg feels the same. And of course, that, you're amazing, Jack LaLanne, right? Something that he always, promoted. And it's just such an honor for me to be on here with you. One thing that he loved, that I love about him, that he, inspired everybody, that something that they could do from their living room. And I love that he used props and things that you just had around your house and whatever it was. And this was really coming at a time, right? I think it was like 1951 or something like that. At a time when nobody was doing that, right? So he had to believe in something bigger than himself. And I think that is what's so important when it comes to fitness. And you as well, right there, showing us all how it's done. I'm smiling from ear to ear because it makes my heart so happy, because I think now, especially with body and having, programs on body and all those things, and being the first, curvy Black female super trainer that they've had, there wasn't really that many women or people in the space doing that and being that representation. And I think when you even think about when Jack and you and Jack and started back in the day, there weren't a lot of people, actually nobody was doing that, right? And so now look at
women, Jack used to say, Jack, I want to start at your gym, but don't tell anybody. Women. But I have to tell this story. I've told it before, right, Greg, about the postcard we got. This lady, we're talking about how we use props on the show. So we got this postcard, and I read this postcard and said, Jack, I've been watching your show for 10 years, and that chair hasn't lost a pound.
We got to do something about that chair. We got to up the weight or something on that thing. Oh, that is so funny. Well, it just brings so much joy, just like being on here with you. And I think, one of the most important things when it comes to fitness, and when I say find the joy and drop the judgment, is to help people love who they are right now as they work on who they're becoming. And I think it's so easy to compare our bodies, or, there's a statistic out there right now that 91% of women, 91% of women are unhappy with their bodies and have resorted to like extreme dieting or whatever it is to try to achieve a body type that only 5% of women actually have, and that we're shown in media. So you can imagine, why we have body image issues, or, so many, things that we think negatively about ourselves when we don't look a certain way. When we would just focus on being healthy and strong and being able to make fitness fun, it makes such a difference.
And I imagine you find that, Greg, in your business too over there. Women come in and they don't have a good feeling of themselves. And
well, one thing that I have found now, Lacee, you do mostly group training, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so the beauty of what I see with you, Lacee, is you have a lot of that magnetism that Jack had, the ability to get in front of a camera and to bring people in and to engage them.
Thank you.
In personal training, it's a little bit different in that we're one-on-one. And initially, when a client will come in, they're willing to share their goals with you. But I want to get so much deeper as a personal trainer. I always like to say that I'm in the business of not helping people reach their goals as much as being somebody in the business of making their dreams come true.
Oh, I love that.
And the reason I say that is because goals, are easy to put out there, but usually there's something deeper than their goals that they will tell you about that's in their head. They won't share their dreams with you, but they'll share their goals. Yes. And I'll just give you a quick example of that. A 16-year-old kid came into my gym many years ago, and his goal was to get bigger and stronger, right?
Okay, yeah.
But as I got to know this young man, what I found is that goal was just to help him never be bullied again. Ooh. And his dream was not to be shoved in his locker and picked on by the older kids. The goal was to get big and strong, but the dream was to never be bullied again. So I always like to say that I'm in the business of helping people make their dreams come true. So,
amen.
Yeah, the goals are wonderful, but let's really dig deeper and find out what's behind those goals.
I
fulfilling
love that.
fulfilling their dreams. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we all have that. We all have something, right? And I think, Greg, that just speaks, so much a testament to you of being able to, like you just said, bring that out of someone. And that is why, I think fitness, right? And I love fitness so much because fitness is such a metaphor for life, right? Fitness is a metaphor for life. And one thing is that, we don't go from lifting the 2.5-pound dumbbell to the 50-pound dumbbell overnight. That's not how it works, right? There's like principles of progression, right? And there's all the science behind it. But in life, it's like these tiny, consistent changes and shifting your mindset, right? And following that dream and attaching to that and being devoted to it where it makes a difference. And so having people that, that you really like trust, that have your best interests at heart, and they're really, it makes such a difference. And so that's why, with Jack, LaLanne and LaLa and you, I mean, it's so inspiring, to know that, and for people to feel safe to really pursue those dreams and goals, because we all have them. We all have something in our soul. And LaLa talks about you have to really love yourself. And I think, in fitness, people start to really change. And that's why I say find the joy and drop the judgment. It's so much bigger, right, than just a workout. It's so much bigger than a workout. It's a lifestyle, and it's a change that all of us can do. All of us can do. And that's and it's just so special. And when I think about LaLa, when I think about with Jack, and when I know about Jack and his history and all the things that he's done, I remember reading one statistic that said, and this is called Pass It On, right? The Pass It On, which is so special, but it talked about him not only having the longest, like, nationally syndicated fitness show ever still to this day, just so everybody knows, but that he not inspired, not hundreds, not thousands, not millions, billions of people around the world. Imagine. I mean, that is just so special. And he did it with this humble, amazing heart. And with you right there doing the same thing. So, I mean, that just gives me goosebumps still.
Well, just a small correction. Galad actually passed Jack.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He would tell us that.
There is one thing that you were right in one. Galad made different. In other words, Jack had these same shows that were shown, and Galad had different, but
different iterations of it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So, but no, there are some other parallels.
Different venues.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the other parallels, Lacee, again, I mentioned your ability to get in front of the screen and to draw people in, which is wonderful. Another parallel, and why we love doing these podcasts with people that share Jack's mission. Jack's mission was to help people help themselves. Jack was also very much all-inclusive. He didn't care who you were, where you came from. His mission was to help you help yourself. Amen. In the areas of health and fitness. And your mission, plain and simply, is to help you find the joy and drop the judgment. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are in your fitness journey. You want to be there to help them.
He had people who were 300 pounds, his friends, played golf with. He had people who were skinny. He had people, and he never tried to change them. They have to. When the teacher is ready, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And so this is what he says. I always see people as they can be. And he just, when he meets people, he didn't look, well, you should do this, you should do that.
Right.
Only if he was asked, and then watch out.
I love it. I love it. And I love
he very zippered my mouth until somebody comes and asks him about, and they were really interested, because a lot of people would kind of egg him on and say things, and then he could figure everybody out. So they had one iota of a question. Oh boy.
He was ready. He was ready. That is so awesome. And
He
that,
just,
you know, that
but
is,
he was so enthusiastic about it. I mean, at dinner time, we heard, the same old stuff. I mean, but it is,
yeah, there's a quote that says, never is a person so old than the one who has lost enthusiasm. And I think that is so true. And another one of my favorites is that we are not our age, we are our energy. And, it makes such a difference, right? The energy that we bring just to life and giving ourselves something to look forward to. And one thing, when we talk about being, inclusive and fitness for everybody, age, race, body type, fitness level, ability, no matter what your dream is, right? And Greg, you talked about that earlier. No matter what you want to do, whether you want to be a pilot or you want to go, cycle around the world or be in the circus, it doesn't matter. You need your health to do that, period.
Something to do, someone to love, and something to look forward to.
That's it. Those are the things. I love that. Yes, that's it. Right. And it's just a simple thing. And I think, sometimes we can get so far away from realizing that. And I think it's so important to draw people back to, like you said, your dream or your why for why you're doing that. Right. And I've actually, been training. I am a personal trainer, and I've done that too a lot, but of course, group fitness is now my passion, and, being all over the world and with that, which is such a blessing. But I think that people can get so far away from, what's important. And I've even had, people that have come in that have maybe reached their goal, or they got the pant size, or they dropped the weight, or they are the number on the scale, but they didn't do the work on the inside, right? To really love themselves and the reason why it is. And so it's still kind of left like unfulfilling. So there is truly something to loving yourself. And I say loving myself enough to want to be the happiest and healthiest version of me. And that looks so different on all of us. And so that's definitely a whoop whoop for sure that I think.
Oh, is that what I see that? Whoop whoop.
Oh yeah, the whoop. My mom even got me whoop whoop earrings. They say whoop whoop on the earrings. So yeah, that is my trademark. And the story behind that. And I know you have so many good stories, LaLa. I could listen to you tell stories just like all day long, by the way. I love them. But the story behind my woot woot is, it's like, some people don't even say hi to me anymore, by the way. They just come up and say whoop whoop, or they'll be passing by, I'll hear it. But my mom, so I'm from the South. I was raised in Florida, grateful to have an amazing family and a whole lot of love. And my mom, one way that she would spread joy was she baked treats for people, like really like the home baked, really good stuff, that everybody loved. And she would always put it in a Tupperware. And on the Tupperware, right, throwback, and I don't know if you did this or not, but she would write "Return to BJ" on the lid. Like, you better give her back her Tupperware when you finish the treat. And so she always taught me that to never return a Tupperware empty, And I think for me, the words whoop, whoop became the way that we fill each other up. We are meant to fill each other up, right? To leave people better than we found them. And so that's why just fitness and health and wellness has become a way for me to do that with worlds. And so whoop, whoop became 2 words that I could say to people to make them feel seen, heard, loved, appreciated. I mean, it's very challenging to say whoop, whoop, but do it like just a little bit, you got to bring all the energy. And so that's where that came from. Absolutely.
That's got to be the name of your first book when you write it.
So I'm going to do it, Greg. I'm doing it. Absolutely. Yes. Such a blessing.
That would be cute.
Yeah.
Hey, Lacee, you had mentioned your association with Body, or formerly Beachbody.
Yes.
Tell us about that, how that came to be, and what that looks like now. What are you doing with Body?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I love, first of all, the Beachbody community. A lot of times when people think about Beachbody, they think about Shaun T, right? Insanity, Tony Horton, who I know you guys know and love so much with P90X and everything that he did. And so that almost, over, maybe 20 years ago was my first experience with Beachbody forever. I was one of those people at home. I had just had a baby. My son, who's now on this big poster behind me, who's getting ready to go play Division I football in college. We're very, very, very grateful. But, I was one of those people working out from home, doing P90X. And so that was like my very first intro to Beachbody. And also, of course, our guy, Billy Blanks with Tybo and all that, who I know and love. And Jack was a huge, inspiration for him. And so when it came to Beachbody, I was actually, so that was my first experience with them. And then when I went to Florida State. That's where I met my son's dad, and he played in the NFL for almost 6 years. And then we separated after that. So I'm here in California, and it was a really, really tough time in my life. And I think there's a lot of people and women especially that have been there trying to, kind of figure out, well, what am I going to do next? And I have this little guy, and, I'm trying to, lead by example. And I still had this dream and so I actually started teaching Zumba was one of my first loves, and all the fun and all the moves that brought so much joy. And then I started doing a lot of things with power music. And so through power music, which was the 28 counts that we all, and so I started actually working for power music. And I was here I am. I'm now, I took over running this gym, I was teaching Zumba at this big gym, Bally's. That was my first fitness job, separated from my son's dad. And so one of the instructors at the gym came and saw me teach one day, and she said, would you like to come teach for me? And I thought, sure, great. So after just teaching for her for over just a little over a month, I didn't realize that at her private gym, she didn't want to own the gym anymore. So she asked me, do you want to take over this gym? It can be yours. And I, of course, had no idea how to run a gym or do anything at all. But the lining of my life has been 3 words: go for it. Go for it. Okay. You're going to learn, right? You're going to learn as you go. You better take the opportunity. So I did. And during that time, here I am trying to be, new single mom, run a gym, which I have no idea how to do. And then I started actually working, for a company named Power Music. So I'm trying to do that. I'm traveling all around the world, very stressed, trying to maintain all this, but I knew I was in the right space. Like I knew fitness and wellness is what I love to do. And every time I was at these big trade shows, I would be next to the Beachbody booth, right? So, the idea convention, and I'm like, oh, these are my people. Like, I like this energy. So I would always, hang out with them at the after. And I think it was a very pivotal time, because I think there's a lot of time, and if anybody's listening to this, there's a lot of times where, sometimes we feel like, and I like to remind people that just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And then to continue to keep going. So it would have been very easy for me every night at the end of those trade shows. And you guys know, the big fitness they're exhausting. I mean, when you're doing that and running your booth, I could have gone back to my hotel room and just sat, and just with my head down, like, this is not exactly what I want to be doing. But I did it. I was out with the people, and I loved it. And so I made some great relationships. So then flash forward, I ended that position. It was too much traveling. Of course, on a great note, blessed. About a few months later, I get a call from a woman named Andrea Albanados, and she said, hey, we have this audition for you. We would love for you to come and try out. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay. So I went and tried out, and you have no idea what to expect. Right. And I walk in, and there's other people there, and we're at Beachbody, and it's like, the big thing. And I do the workout, and I feel like I do really good. And then I don't get any call back. Like, they don't tell you that you got it. They don't tell you that nothing. And I'm like, so then a few months later, now we're in 2020. And it's getting ready to be like the whole COVID shutdown. It's like March 2020. And they say, I get another call from a different Barbara Bodowski, who I'd also met during that time. And she said, hey, we have this audition. I think you'd be perfect for. And I think it was an opportunity. I could have said, no, you guys never even called me back the first time. And I said, absolutely, I'll be there. I came in, and I did. And I walked in, and I saw who has become one of my sisters and best friends, Megan Davies, who's also a super trainer for Beachbody, now Body. And it was instant sisterhood. And so they told me right there that I got it. And I became the modifier in the program. And in that modifier role, I was so excited to show people every age, race, body type, fitness level that you don't have to do all the jumping, and you could do the push-up on your knees, and you can make it your own, and you're still going to be healthy and strong and doing this your way. Stop comparing yourself, right? To just start. And so it became kind of this bigger thing. And then after COVID and all the huge everything online, and everything moved to online, Beachbody became Body. I became one of those trainers. And then within less than a year, Carl Deichler, CEO of Beachbody, Body now, came and made me the first, I like to say it because it's so important to me, the first curvy Black female super trainer. Now I have programs for, it's such a blessing for for beginners only is my big program. That's a program that's 3 weeks, 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day. For active aging only, for all my active agers that I think are just the most, I think those are like my favorite people, honestly. And then, for beginners only bike. So all these intros to fitness, but also it's for everybody so that people could feel like, wow, I can really do this. And I think the biggest compliment to me when it comes to, Beachbody and body and all that is for people saying, I was so excited to wake up and press play. Like that intrinsic motivation came and I thought, yes, we got it. So that's what really makes me so excited.
always remember, expect a miracle.
Amen.
Because a lot of people, they give up before the miracle arrives.
That's right. Or they're like right there.
Ever give up.
Amen. Amen to that. Absolutely. And looking around and thinking, I think really it's also important to make people think, stop saying, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when I lose this, 10 pounds. I'll be happy when I'm this size. I'll be happy when I get this money or this car or this relationship. And you look around in this life, my favorite.
Be happy now.
That's it. And love yourself now, LaLa. That's right. Absolutely. So, I think that's what it's all about. And so it's been a blessing to have programs. I have some new things coming out on there soon. Super exciting. And one of the newest things I know you asked me that I'm doing now is I am the newest mindset and fitness coach for the Today Show and start today. Oh. So it's a huge deal. And I just was there just about a month ago and filmed something really exciting coming out, the first fitness segment in January, which is like less than a month away. I can't believe it. So with Hoda and Jenna and Al Roker and all the amazing people are there. And, it's just been, I'm just so grateful for this movement of really helping people to focus on health and wellness and their well-being and not a number on the scale or the pant size. And and all of those things are important. All of those things are important. But at the end of the day, it's your health and happiness.
Right. And I think you mentioned, go ahead, Elaine.
Go ahead. Greg.
No, I was just going to say, I think you mentioned something very important in that whole process there, Lacee. You mentioned mindset. Yeah. Because everything starts with the 6 inches between your ears.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't have it there, nothing else really resonates.
That's it.
So that's right. Jack always said everything starts between your ears, and he was great on the mind. And that's our Pride and Discipline book is full of Jack's writings and his how he used the mind, and if they don't have it, they should have it. Speaking of joy and speaking of making people happy, you made me very happy.
Oh, that makes me cry. Look at you, so beautiful.
See this?
Oh, I gotta get my phone to get a clip of this. I know we're still filming, but oh my gosh, LaLa, look at you. Oh, that's amazing.
Now, I want to know, now there's a story, everybody, behind this, because if you didn't do the jumping jacks, then you won't have a clue what this is about. So, Greg, you want to give them a little clue?
Well, actually, I think it's better that Lacee tells us about it, because what you're wearing now is a very special gift given to you by Lacee. And Lacee, let's hear the story behind that from Lacee.
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, you look absolutely beautiful. You are the queen. You are the queen of fitness. So amazing. And my mom actually made that. When we found out that you were going to be there and that we were going to do this special jumping jack challenge, we said, oh, we have got to make the queen her own official tiara. And so that makes my heart so happy. You look so beautiful.
I understand each one of these were put in by hand.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And the 98 on there too, specially put on there. Just
was
for
your mom there?
The year of my 98th birthday. And then see inside, see how that's
I
mean, it's incredible.
Well,
it's incredible. So I want
and your mother handmade that.
She didn't put all the little jewels in that crown. I wish I could say that she did, but we would have done that for you, LaLa. 1000%. She put the special 98 on there, and we made sure it was yes.
Was she at idea? Was your mom there?
She wasn't there this year, but she was there the previous year. And it was like one of her highlights. First of all, when it was like one of the times for me to get Trailblazer of the Year award, which was such a blessing, she was like grateful for that, but she was more excited to meet you. So she's like, back away, Lacee, I'm going to meet LaLa today. So just so you know.
Did she get a copy of the book?
Yes, she did.
Okay. She did. Yes, make sure Elaine sends a nice little note to her. Yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. Well, and we made that not only just to celebrate you as Queen of Fitness and of course, Jack LaLanne and all that, but we did the jumping jack world record at IDEA this year and your 98th birthday. And it was epic. And it was just such an incredible people all over the world doing jumping. I think we shook the planet a little bit.
I think if they go into jackalane.com, they'll see a little video my son made, Danny, and of the jumping jacks all over. People were doing jumping jacks under the water. Underwater.
That's amazing. I didn't see that part.
Did you see that part?
No.
Yeah, they were. We were underneath. All the little kids in the YMCA's all over the world. I mean, it was incredible.
That is so incredible.
So what this is all about, what people don't know, July 12th of this last year, 2024, we we did break the world record of 2,251 people doing jumping jacks simultaneously. So we chose, and with the help of IDEA at their convention, we had that whole place filled, and then people all over the world were doing jumping jacks at the same time. 12 o'clock. Was it 12 o'clock, Greg, on July 12th?
And 12 or 1. I can't remember. I can't remember now, but
it was all at the same time.
Yep.
And we did over 9,000 people all over the world.
Oh my gosh.
The record, Poland's record, that was 2,251. And so we broke it by 500%.
500%. Come on. That's amazing. And you know what? I know that Jack was doing jumping jacks up in heaven with us 1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
Amen. Right there.
You know, a lot of people say, well, did he invent the jumping jacks? I said, no, I did not invent the jumping jacks. They've been going on for years and years and years, and back into the 1800s, but he popularized them. So if anybody has that, when I am from the horse's mouth right now, I'm telling you that Jack popularized the jumping jack, and he's known for the jumping jacks because he opened his show every day with a silhouette doing jumping jacks.
And he also popularized that jumpsuit bodysuit. Okay, that part, love that.
That was there was we had that first jumpsuits made at the Oakland Pants Factory, and then there was a book written before the fall, and in there it's a fiction book, but they mentioned there's a little chapter of Jack, and it starts out with a little boy who was watching Jack do his swims. Anyway, I won't tell you any more about it, but it's a great book. By Noah Hawley. Anyway, so in this one chapter, he says something about the Oakland Pants Factory, and I'm thinking, how did he find out where we had the jumpsuits made? No, I never told anybody about the Oakland Pants Factory.
Wow! Wow!
Making our first jumpsuits in 1954 or something like that.
That is so cool. I love it. I know Billy Blank shares a story of how he wanted to wear a jumpsuit as well. He was so inspired, and he sure did.
Tony Horton did, you know, he
Hey,
went.
Tony.
No, Todd Durkin. Todd Durkin.
it's
Oh, I
Todd
love
Durkin,
Todd.
right.
That's right. He wore it.
Tony and I had a push-up contest. And it was Todd Durkin that came in this jumpsuit, and he
Look at
wore it
that.
the other day, and he wore it at the jumping jack.
That's right. I remember Todd doing that. Both those guys are incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is just so special. Well, you look absolutely beautiful in that crown. Yes.
Well, I thank you, and thank you for tell your mom she did a great job,
Yes.
and you did a great job, and I appreciate this lovely gift. I just can't believe it. And I have it in a very special place in our home.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, you deserve all the crowns and all the things.
I'm going to be 98 in 4 months. So
No, you'll be
I mean,
99.
99 in 4 months.
99. When is your birthday? Is it
March 19th?
March 19th. Come on. 99. You know, let me ask you a question. I know that we're on this and we're asking the questions, but what do you think, or what's something that you look forward to? Because, you know, you're so inspiring to me and all of us. What's something that you're looking forward to at 99?
Oh, I just talked to Greg about it. In 2004, Jack and I started. It's not a biography. It's little incidents in our lives, and Jack most about how he started it goes from 19 when was he? 1914 to 1920, 1920 to 1930, 1930 to 1940. All these little snippets of our life. Well, not my life in that time, but Jack's life. And then I came into it in 1951 or 50 in the 50s. So this book goes, but we got 17 chapters done, and we never finished it, and still there, sitting there. And so I just talked to Greg, and we're going to finish this book.
Come on, that's definitely a whoop whoop. Oh yay. Oh, I love that, LaLa.
Yeah, you'll get a kick. One of the snippets is that okay, Jack has bought a boat. We took up water skiing. Okay, he buys this beautiful boat, twin engines on the end. We're going to go water skiing, and he's got a you know, we put it in the water, and so his car is up there, and he says, get in. Okay, I get in. He says, start the motor. I said, doesn't it have gears? He says, start the motor. So I start the motor. The boat goes up the ramp, hits his Cadillac, dents everything. The motors are all ruined. Everything is. And you know what he said? He says, how do you tell your insurance company that your boat hits your car? But it says everything, you know, is just material things.
That's right.
It's just material.
Good man.
Anyway, he never looked at anything. He was always positive, and we never said he didn't want any negative words in our house. So anyway, but that's just. Oh, I got funny incidences all over.
I cannot wait to read that book, and I am with you and Elaine. Positive mind, positive life. It makes such a difference, and that is so special. Absolutely. And that also sounds like a Geico commercial or something that we could, like, you know.
There you go. I love it.
So that's but I've got. Always have something to do. Always have a project. When you get older, I don't care what age you are, because a lot of people will sit home. I don't know. I'm so lonely. You don't have to be lonely. Take up painting. A lot of my friends took up painting where I was a golfer, and now they're at my age.
Hey, Elaine, tell everyone how old you were when you wrote your first book.
Come
60.
on.
I went on. Life begins at 60. I went on tour with my first book, and I went all over the United States. I started in New York, three three, 3 days in New York, then down to Charleston and down to Miami and over to
Come on.
Dallas and all around. And I went all around. Took me 2 weeks. When I came back, I could hardly talk. every day they would drop me off at night to stay at a hotel. Then the lady would pick me up, or somebody would pick me up, take me to all the shows in the town, and then they put me at the hotel, and then the next day was the same thing all over for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But
gotta
they
get
don't
that
do
book.
things like they don't promote books like that anymore. I don't think.
No, that is amazing.
So yeah, life begins at 60. And I got that story from her, Lacee. You'll appreciate this because she was the first interview I did. I'm working on a new book project with Tony Horton
Awesome.
called Vitality 60 Plus.
Ooh.
And it's about how to live a vitality-filled life in your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond.
Come on.
I'm working on a book project. Elaine's working on a book project. The next thing we need to do is to get Lacee Green working on a book project.
Yeah, we want to.
Whoop, whoop. I'm gonna
have a
commit.
whoop book.
A whoop whoop book. That's right. I'm gonna say LaLa told me to name my book the whoop whoop book, and I'm doing it.
Totally. You got to do that. That's book one of many that you've got.
Oh, thank you. Absolutely. I am on it. I'm on it. Oh my gosh. And the one quote that I love is, it is never too late and you are never too old. Right. And I think when you get people to realize that, I mean, it makes such a difference. Don't count yourself out. And it doesn't matter, what you've done up until this point at all. Right. It's just one day at a time. And at any point you can change.
Yesterday is gone.
That's
Tomorrow
it.
isn't here yet. So this moment is the most important time of your life.
That's it. Right now.
Forget yesterday. You can't change anything.
It's true story. And I think also everybody should have a tiara. That makes life so much better, I think.
You may have to wear that every time we do a podcast.
There we go. 100%. Oh my gosh.
We appreciate you so very much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Lacee, as we wrap this up, tell everybody where they can learn more about you and all of the wonderful programs that you're doing.
Oh my gosh. First of all, thank you guys so much. This brought me so much joy. So thank you very, very much. And so one of my biggest, where I share most of everything is on Instagram is one of my biggest platforms. And it's the Curvy Girl Trainer. So it's CURVY, the Curvy Girl Trainer. And that's on Instagram. And then livewithlacee.com, LIVE, livewithlacee.com is where you can find everything else. And I also have a podcast called, of course, the Woot Woot Podcast, Find the Joy, Drop the Judgment. That's on Spotify and Apple and everywhere where that's streaming. And the theory behind that and the methodology is leaving people that are better than we found them, filling them up one episode at a time. And so, yes, that is it. And I have had so much fun today. Thank you guys so much. I will continue to pass it on, all this joy and energy and love. And I'm so, so grateful.
And thank you and your mom for this lovely crown that I received this last year.
Oh, well, thank you. Let me check really quick when we're done. Mom, are you dressed? Oh, yeah. She's here. Come and say hi to LaLa and Greg really quick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's your
mom.
mom.
Oh, yeah. She's right here. Come and say hi. Here she goes. She's got her crown on, Mom. Look at she's got her crown on.
She has to see it.
Oh, really? Yes, here she is. There she is right here. Oh, look how sweet.
Hi, Mom.
Oh yeah, I love it. And this is great. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, you look like a queen.
Yes, she is. Oh my goodness. So much fun.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
thank you so much. That was so
right
lovely.
Donna.
Such a surprise.
I was right there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so next time we go up, we have to go over there.
Okay, we
Yeah.
will.
Oh my goodness.
Great to see you.
Mwah.